would you support Zohran Mamdani?
No.
You would just not vote?
Yeah, I probably wouldn't vote.
Isn't it enough though to have, like, when I saw that, isn't it enough to have somebody that's not?
Eric Adams is corrupt. Kumo's a retard, and Mamdani is a socialist gay dude. That's Muslim.
He's not gay.
I know, but he might as well be.
Yes. Would no? He's a good guy. But isn't that the most important issue, to try to get people that are not bought and sold? Can't we look away at the gay pride stuff and the trans whatever and be like, this is the most important? Isn't that that's the most crucial aspect?
Well, I talked about this.
Yeah.
I talked about this. I do think that him winning, because he is going to win by far.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jeremy,
probably.
for the gift of subs. You know, he is going to definitely win, I think. And this is going to be a W for anyone that's anti-Israel, because for someone who's critical of Israel to get mayor of New York City, the most influential and probably most important city in the United States,
By far.
that's a big W, because that hopefully could be the domino effect that will lead to, you know, more politicians taking.
That's what I'm saying.
This.
That's the most important. I see that as a long-term play. Like, now that he won by a landslide and he was the only one on stage saying, like, hey, where would you go visit? They'll go, Israel, I'd kiss the wall, I'd kiss the wall. He's like, nah, actually, I'm going to stay in the city. That's enough for me. And other people are going to see that, like, okay, maybe I don't need to be a shill anymore. Maybe this AIPAC allegiance is not going to work on American voters.
Well, keep in mind that he's a mayor. Like, he's not necessarily a federal politician. He's a state official. So, you know, it's still going to take a lot more work to get this at the federal level. You know, because obviously, you know, the Zionist lobby controls the federal level, because at the end of the day, it's the federal officials that control foreign policy. But I do think that this is a step in the right direction.
There you go. I was going to ask you that. Is this a step in the right direction? So overall, it's a good thing.
Well, it's a step in the right direction for American politics when it comes to getting rid of the leech of Israeli influence. Yes.
Right.
The socialism and everything else, no, that's a big L. But the one redeeming trait from this guy is that he's not controlled by the Zionist lobby, which is good, which is a big W. But I wouldn't vote for him because, bro, socialism just doesn't work, man, unfortunately.
Right. So, well, long term, it's a W. Short term, you know, there's going to be higher taxes and saying defund the police.
Oh, yeah, it's literally going to be people like you that get cooked by this. Just FYI, I hope you know that.
Yeah, I'll tell you off stream.
But that's not going to protect you. But that's fine.
What do you think about having a Muslim mayor in, like, a Muslim politician like that? How do you think that affects the country?
Well, it's kind of funny because you got a lot of people getting pissed off saying, oh man, we got this jihadist that's going to be a mayor.
Yeah.
You know, which is interesting because I'm like, you know, these same people that are critical, right, and say like, oh, this guy, he's a Muslim and Islam isn't compatible with a first world democracy. Well, neither is Judaism, but nobody talks about that. You know what I mean? Like, no one ever talks about that how our tax dollars goes to a country that is fundamentally completely antithetical to the U.S. government, like our constitution. They'll sit there and say, oh, it's a democracy. No, it's not at all. It's an apartheid ethno-state that has a class of people that they occupy that have zero representation in their Knesset. What are you talking about?
Yeah, no, they just say that because they don't wear hijabs and, like, you know, they're liberal and have festivals, and so they think that it's American values.
So, like, you know what? If Charlie Kirk and all these other conservatives want to sit there and say, oh, Islam isn't compatible with America, which I actually do agree with that to a degree, I want to see you guys have the balls to sit there and tell me that it's not compatible with Judaism either. But
I want to see you debate Charlie Kirk so bad.
You would never do it, bro.
You know what? Okay, I won in this. I want to point to something that.
Let me tell you something, bro. Yeah, I need everybody. I don't want to ruin everyone's, you know, emotional high. But let me be very blunt with you guys about this, okay? Charlie Kirk, Ben Shapiro, any of the establishment conservatives, they will never, ever, ever debate someone like me, Nick Fuentes, hell, even Candace Owens.
Matt Walsh didn't even want to debate me. I asked him to.
Huh?
Matt Walsh didn't even want to debate me.
No, they won't, dude. Oh yeah. He won't debate you, dude. They never will. You want to know why? Because
you're not going to win. It's there's like blatant hypocrisy in their argument.
No, it's not that you're not going to win. You're going to win. That's why they won't do it. Defense of Israel is an indefensible position.
Yeah.
It's literally a losing debate, no matter what you say. Because, like, you could sit there, like, dude, you know what's going to be dangerous? If I sit there from Charlie Kirk and I don't like, he's like, yeah, well, Islam isn't compatible with the United States. I'll be like, all right, cool. I understand that because obviously criticism of the prophet is antithetical to the First Amendment. Fair. That's a good argument. But tell me how Judaism is compatible with America. That's where he's going to lose.
Well, he might fall into Ted Cruz argument and say that in the Bible it commands us to bless the state of Israel.
Then I will tell him that no, because see that's where they try to get it. The evangelical Christians. What people don't understand is that the people that they're talking about in the Bible is not modern Israel today. And it's not the Ashkenazi Jews either. And that's what they don't want to, that's why they can't sit there and do that debate. Because my thing is I would debate strictly from a political standpoint. I wouldn't even go into the religion. But if anyone tries to go in that realm, I'd be like, dude, the people of Israel and the Jews that you're talking about in the Bible that they're referring to aren't the modern day Israelis of today.
I pointed out the hypocrisy the day before I did the Mayor Adam stream. I copied Charlie Kirk's tweet where he said Islam is not compatible with Western society. That blew up. And I just replaced it with the word Israel. I said Israel's not compatible with Western society. They put that in the newspaper and called me anti-Semitic. Charlie Kirk says the same thing about a religion, and he's on the Trump administration, and he's platformed everywhere. When I say the same thing, not even about a religion, I said Israel is not compatible with Western society. They write it in the fucking newspaper. What is that?
That's who owns the New York Post?
Probably a Sikh.
Yeah, you know, it's crazy to me how if you say that Islam isn't compatible with America, yeah, let's go, woo, yeah. But like you say anything about, yeah, well, you know, I don't think Zionism or Judaism is either. Oh my God, I'll get this anti-Semite out of here. It's crazy, bro. It's absolutely crazy. I mean, that should tell you that they that they own this country. The fact that you can't even say that. Conservatives will never fucking say that, dude. They will never say that.
That's what I'm saying. The most important thing is not having people that are owned by them. Like that's why I want Zohran Mamdani. Like now that he has the opportunity, like it's gonna be a while until he's probably elected. Like maybe we can help steer him in the right direction.
Bro. That never say anything that we say. Just so you know.
He would never say he says some of the stuff we say. He does say free Palestine. He does say that like he wants to stay in New York. He has the most Myron. He has the most America First position on that stage. On the debate stage, when they said they're all travel there, and he said, "Actually, I'm going to stay here in this city." That is the most America First thing that anyone on that stage said.
All right, that's a cool like little tidbit, but the reality is, bro, he wouldn't say 10% of the shit we say.
But some, and the most important thing, which I am agreeing with you, but the most important issues.
You know what he's going to say? He's going to make the typical leftist, you know, humanitarian arguments and just end it there. Yeah. He's just like he's gonna take the Hassan Abi position. Probably he's gonna be actually even a bit more centered from Hassan Abi. He's gonna take an even more centered position. What I mean by that, he's gonna say this. He's gonna say, okay, what Israel is doing is wrong. They're killing innocent people. But he's not going to talk about how they got into that position, the lobbying groups. He's not going to talk about their influence in America. He's not going to talk about the nefarious, corruption that they exude all across our politics and how they control upper echelons of all of our societies and how they're able to lobby. He's not going to talk about any of that because it's political suicide. Like Bill Ackman right now is literally trying to get him cooked. And Bill Ackman is a lifelong Democrat. Literally, I saw an article come out like today. He's like, I got billions of dollars. I'm going to lobby all my friends. Who are all his friends? We all know who they are. Right, so he's gonna try to ensure that they get him out of here. So he can't afford to be, you know, he's got to take the humanitarian angle and just end it there. Like, oh, I don't like that they're killing Palestinian children, right? He's not gonna go much more than that. Yeah, which is fine. He's a politician, but it's a step in the right direction.